Here we are looking east from Timpa, and in the background there is the industrial area of Brasov. And here these taller white buildings, or cement buildings that we see, are the communist buildings that were built throughout Romania, and we call them blocks, but they housed the majority of people during communist times. And here we're coming up to the old part of Brasov, very beautiful. It's a major tourist area. Certain areas of the old Brasov here go back to the 1200s. Brasov itself has a population of around 300,000, and the great area probably around 500,000. If you were to continue going west from here, where we're looking now, you would eventually go into the ski resort called Poiana Brasov, which is the biggest ski resort in all of Romania. It's only like about 10 miles away. Here, just a little better view of the old part of town. Romanians call it Centrul Vechi, which means the old center, but it's really the heart of Brasov. Here we look at one of the replicas of the towers that used to guard the city on the north side. Look carefully here, you'll see the part of the old wall that went all the way around the entire old part of the city, and around it was also a moat, so it was very well protected. The city was originally settled by Germans who came and made it a merchant center and became a center of government and business for the area. Here's an Orthodox church, and if you look carefully you'll see a cemetery around it, which have a lot of the priests that were in charge of the church there over the years. And here's another one of the older churches in the area. I used to like to go out to this area. There's a trail that goes up in the mountains from here, and it was fun to go jogging because it's uphill all the way, and coming back it's all downhill, so you end fast. Here we are looking north. The main street, if you look carefully, you can see it here, is called Lunga, which means the long street. So it's a mixture of residential and business. Now we're zooming in on the black church to the left there, and to the right you see the city hall. What used to be city hall, now is a museum. This area is called Piața Sfatului, which actually means marketplace of advice, because the city hall was where you came for legal advice. Now we're zooming on where Kayla, Heather, and their kids are living. They just moved here about 3 or 4 weeks ago to help with the ministry, to pastor the church. And if you look just right to the right of this red umbrella, that's where they're living. It's a big house, beautiful. It gives them a lot of room with 4 kids. And they also have the privilege of living in the part of town that's just so beautiful and great place to be. It's walking distance, a couple minutes from where the church meets. Okay, here we have the fountain in the center. We're down at ground level looking at Piața Sfatului. There's the museum, which in the 1400s was City Hall. And as I said before, it's a beautiful area. Plenty of tourists come through, especially in the summer. down, straight here is looking down Strada Republici, which is the main walking street in town. And here we get a view of the backside of Black Church. Mountain with a white tower there. That's another tower. And here we're looking at the front of Black Church. It has the largest, the tallest steeple in all of Romania. It's a rather big church. I couldn't imagine trying to eat that building. And here's a front view of the museum, which used to be the City Hall. There's the fountain that's in Piazza Sfontului. So a lot of people like to gather there in the summer, and the kids like to go play in the fountain in the water. And here's a look at the other end of Strada Republici. And this green building here, this is Hotel Corona, which we rent a room in there on Sundays for church. It's a great location. And to finish here, we're looking up Strada Republici.